Well, hello there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So my beautiful bovine babies, it's time to find out what your black swan is, honey. What is your black swan? Your black swan is your precious find in life. To get details on where this reading idea came from, you can go to the community section of this channel, and it's about a dream that I had. So I post all the details in that. So anyways, it's kind of like discovering some sort of magic, like realizing the magic within you, magic outside of you, these two energies coming together, whatever that could be. But it's really an unexpected moment. That's for sure. And it probably takes place in an unassuming space or circumstance in your life you least expect it. So yeah, so we're doing Taurus. I'm feeling very kumbaya. I don't know why. I just feel really grounded. I didn't actually before I came into your reading, you know, because sometimes I put the blame on y'all. If I'm having a good day and I sit down and I go to do your reading, I'm like, oh man, this energy feels like, but no, actually, it feels really good. It feels good. It does. It feels good. Thank you. I like this. So I'm going to Taurus use, this is a combo deck of my Starseed Oracle deck and my Goddess deck. And then we're also going to go to the Energy Oracle deck and my Light Seers Tarot. I'm feeling so funny in your energy. Yeah, it's kind of fun. All right. Yeah, baby, let's do it. So this is general, you know, yo. So just because it's general, that kind of means, you know, it may or may not resonate. But if it does resonate, the deck is hard to shuffle, and you're drawn to it, there is an extended, and the link to that is at the top of the description within this video. Taurus, Taurus, bovine babies. Taurus, Taurus, bovine babies. I don't know, I feel like you need like a little cheering squad here. Taurus, Taurus, bovine babies. Taurus. I'm in the funniest energy. Okay, it's very playful. It is kind of playful. It's like you see this big bull who's been, you know, like just walking around, and all of a sudden he smells like the first flower of spring. Gets him all excited. It's like prancing in the field. It's kind of cute. Okay, so what is your black swan? What is your precious find in life? But then we are also going to ask, what is the energy that could destroy it, could cause you to destroy it, could steal it away from you? But we will also ask what will help and nurture this black swan. Why do you have 3 cards? My goodness, for what your black swan is. Your black swan is weight. So it's something that I feel like comes later in life. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Your black swan is something that is almost, it feels like there's always something missing. Whether it's kind of having this feeling like, you know, I feel like there's someone I'm meant to meet in this lifetime, or there's somewhere I'm meant to go. There's something I'm meant to discover or do or find. Okay, so you have a deep feeling about this black swan from very early on in life. But it's something that comes later in life for you. Now, if you're younger going, oh, Cindy, don't bum me out, man. I feel like these readings come to you when you're meant to hear them. So even if you're younger and getting this reading, I don't feel like you're going to wait another 20, 30 years to discover your black swan. And we're going to get into more details about it. I feel like you're probably coming close to it, but you've been through a lot of things. Like you've already worked through a lot of things that you kind of thought were for you, that were maybe you explored some of these things in your life based on this kind of inner need or desire or looking or wanting, and go, no, that wasn't it. No, that's not it. So you've been through that process. It comes later. It comes later, but I do feel like because you're getting the reading, it's probably coming around. Coming around the mountain when it comes. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything online must go. Oh my God. So like I knew this card. I mean, I kind of saw it, but I don't memorize what's at the bottom. But this is exactly what I just described with the weight. You know, just going through things. No. And when you get rid of everything that's not meant to be there, you can finally see the tree for the forest. That's what I'm hearing. You can finally see the tree for the forest. A lot of choices, a lot of avenues to go down in life. You have always sensed the black swan. What is it yet? I don't know if it's something in you or something that you've wanted to find. I feel like it's something you want to join with yourself somehow. So whether that's some, like a spiritual practice, a person who has like-minded beliefs and goals as you do. Okay, what's the next one? Activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Woo! This is taking you to it. Oh, your black swan is not something that you can easily find. You know it's there. So in a way, you kind of look for it. You're looking for it. You are meant to be led to it. And you're meant to be led to it by eliminating what is not meant to be in your life. So wow, I really like this energy. It's probably fraught with a bit of frustration throughout the experience of it. But it's really got this sense of Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau, Amelia Earhart. It's just going. Who knows where it's going to take you, but you know you're meant to find something. You're meant to look. You're meant to look. Yeah. But yet then, so, okay, even I'm thinking, okay, is it Jacques Cousteau? Kind of thinking of Columbus. Anyone who was an explorer, let's just put it that. I'm not a real big fan of Columbus, to be honest. Anyways, so even thinking like more of like the Vikings, I was thinking about Vikings lately and how, you know, quite a while ago, they found in Newfoundland what pretty much looks like the ruins of Vikings that had established themselves in Newfoundland. And at the time, Newfoundland had, I don't want to say it hadn't been discovered. It had been discovered like tens of thousands of years ago by likely people that migrated from China and Northern Europe through like an ice bridge that was created. Anyways, you know, the indigenous people that have been in North America for such a long time. They were here. They were here. This was their land and they were surviving on it. And the Vikings found this, like they just found it. And no one ever thought that. And so really, literally, the Vikings were the first after the original indigenous people of North America to find it. But I don't think they went out looking for it, knowing, you know what? There's this place that's made of rock and dirt, gets a lot of bad weather. We're going to go find that. No, they just were like, we're led to it. Why were they though? Because there's evidence that they didn't survive. They couldn't survive it. And I think it was also the climate and the indigenous culture. That is kind of like things that are not aligned must go. Almost as if that storyline kind of almost got lost in history. And it might, you know, might have been lost in history if enough years had gone by. Well, there are things, obviously, that have been lost in history that, yeah, enough years have gone by that the ruins are completely gone, or it's just, it's really undetermined what that could have been by the time it is found. It's interesting too. There might be some connection specifically for you with Stonehenge as well. I do feel like past ruins. Oh, your black swan has something to do with esoteric information. Esoteric and lost information. That's why you're looking for it. It's almost as if perhaps in past lives you may have experienced, you know, some of the storylines, some of the people and players that were involved with building these things, with being a Viking who found Newfoundland and ended up dying there. Or, yeah, like some of these lost stories. You're reactivating the information as you go. Oh, your black swan is lost history, but it sits within you. You are kind of like the activation. Once you get to a place, it may produce strong memories for you. It may produce, or another way of explaining this, when I went with my mom to go visit France a long, long time ago, it wasn't necessarily that I remembered things, but it took me like, I was so bad at trying to learn French in school. But as soon as I went to France, within a couple of days, I was going into the shops and I was ordering food and I was understanding what people were saying. And I'm telling you, I just felt like I had lived a lifetime there. Like, it just felt like I stepped into a glove that I had worn a long time ago. That's what it might feel like for you sometimes. If you travel, you may step into places where you feel it's almost like putting on an old lost glove. And it might, maybe it feels, no, it doesn't fit as well because you were not quite that person. But it fits somehow. Oh, so interesting. Travel is important for you. Travel is very important for you. Taurus, it doesn't have to be worldwide travel. Your life and your soul have chosen a path that helps to activate this. So you may, okay, I want to also say that what is the point of activating this if it is just for the self? I feel as though there might be a reason for this activation in terms of you perhaps writing stories or making music, painting artwork. I'm even hearing like philosophical, like just in any way to record some of the things that come in for you and to kind of record it in some way, because you are reclaiming lost history. Now, this is so intriguing because Sagittarius, their black swan energy was sort of like the voice from the shadows. They were the counsel to the kings. They were creating history, but not necessarily written in the books of history, because it is the kings and the queens and, you know, all those prominent people that are seen in a prominent way that are really just sort of the archetypal image that represents that time period. But yet there are like hundreds of thousands of people that were involved in creating that history, but their names are not recorded in history, but their energy was. You activate this. Some of you might have some sort of link with some Sagittarius people, or Sagittarius might be in some sort of important placement for you, where you might have some important planets sitting in the 9th house. Which one is it again? It's yeah, the 9th, the 9th house. Oh, but that has to do with travel and foreigners, philosophy, higher education. Well, that's crazy. That's wow, how that came together. Interesting. All right, let's keep going. Okay, do I keep shuffling? No, I'm hearing no. Okay, what could cause you to destroy your own black swan, which is not activate these things? I think destroy is a strong word, but kind of completely deviate you from that path in this lifetime. And I want to say that you will at some point in some lifetime get this going, get this going for yourself. There could be things that you choose against what your deeper self is asking you to choose. All right, what is this? Knowledge. Oh, you think you know what you know. You think you know what is known, but no. The knowledge. This could destroy the black swan within you. There is some sense of perhaps kind of programming. And I got that with the lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. So, you know, we question things. Well, we come into life questioning things. Absolutely. I remember pretty much my favorite word as a little girl. Why? Why, Grandpa? Why? And he actually had a snowmobile. He had 2 snowmobiles, one for my grandmother and one for him. And one said Grandma and the other said, or Granny. The other one said Grandpa with a Y. Why, Grandpa? That became his name. Why? Because we ask a lot of questions, but we will receive a lot of answers we want to know. But not all the answers that you've received are actually truth. They may not fall in alignment with your truth. They may be some sort of truth that has been passed down through generations. I'm getting a really interesting energy between like a matriarch and a patriarch. Did some of you have a step parent? A step parent, which kind of guided you? Either a step parent or an uncle? I'm really getting this, I don't know why. where it would be coming from. It's like a download. I'm just intuitively picking up like a step parent, an uncle, so more like a stepdad or an uncle. It, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean because I'm picking up a masculine energy that it couldn't be like if some of you were saying, no, I had an aunt or I had a stepmom or someone, or even an older sibling. I just may be getting, for whatever reason, the masculine is coming through stronger here. But it deviated you from some sort of ancestral path through your own patriarch. Through, yeah. So through your paternal line. Almost say, okay, the knowledge that you may have acquired through some sort of paternal influence, I'll just state it as that. It feels like it's not connected to your paternal heritage. And it could also be something as simple as your parents having been born in a different country and then migrating to another country and picking up that culture and you being submerged in that, and perhaps your parents also very much embracing this new culture, wanting you to fit in. So there's some sort of a link lost there. I feel like your maternal line is correct, but there's a link lost in a paternal. But you can rediscover this. You can find it within yourself. It's part of your DNA. Energy that will nurture your black swan. Whoa, hello. Aphrodite, romantic love. Well then. So, okay. Love. Oh, but Venus, that's your planet too. I'm kind of getting that. Venus, very Venus-y. Oh, it's number 2. Number 2. Getting lots of fiber as well. Look at number 2. Getting lots of fiber. Getting lots of fiber, Taurus. Both number 2. Second house, Venus. Second house. Let's look at this again. Your possessions, income, your values, your self-esteem, money, what you own, acquire, how you feel and handle money, your movable resources. Ooh. You are your most movable resource. So romantic love. You may connect with someone that will draw this DNA activation out of you. And maybe you're always feeling like it, right? You're always waiting for something, looking for something. Oh, that's funny. I just got this song, looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. Looking for love in all the wrong faces. Looking for love in too many places. Search. The solution gonna save your heart from all this confusion. I don't know. Anyways, it sounds good in my head. Earth pulsing, baby steps, deep cellular healing. Ooh, you go through a really big rebirth process in this lifetime. Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Okay, but I feel like you have that connection somehow. You have the pulse of the mother. You have that. That is somehow, there's something that's been lost on the paternal side for you. Discovery. Slow down. I do feel like as well that you're very close to whatever this is. Slow down. Baby steps. So slow down, take some baby steps. Interesting how that came together. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Ooh, I like this. This is, yeah, it's trust where you are led. Deep cellular healing. Oh, I'm also healing adoption for some of you. All the different ways that this could have occurred. It's something lost in the paternal. A deep cellular healing. Arctuous energy, physical and emotional healing. Ooh. That kind of feels like healing some sort of lost line, some sort of lost knowledge. I kind of want to say it feels as if you come into this lifetime with the spiritual thumbprint of losing or already having lost a paternal link. A paternal link, whether that's through adoption, or it was adoption down like even, you know, a couple of generations outside of you, or it was, that's weird. I heard kidnapping. So I don't know. Anyways, take that as you will. But also like a step parent, an uncle, maybe a father passing away and an uncle more stepping in, but that seems odd. So it could be an uncle from your mother's side, because I really feel like something was lost. Okay, so I've already stated that. I feel like I'm repeating myself, because where I want to get with this is I feel like you came into this lifetime, your soul knew that was going to happen, because this is going to cause you to activate. It's almost as if you say, it wasn't meant that that was your lesson in life. It was meant that you had a calling here on earth to reactivate lost history. To activate lost history. So how does, like, you know, as a soul, as a deeper being, how do you react lost history? You lose a part of your own history. So you're always looking for it. You're always looking for it. And yes, you are meant to find it. It could be something that you find in a romantic connection. It could be like, it may be something really deep and long term. It might be just going on a vacation somewhere and you have like just a beautiful romantic affair with someone. I don't know. And all these memories get activated and it inspires you to write. It inspires you to paint. It inspires you to do something. And by inspiring it, you kind of put this lost history back into its space. This is a very deep swan, a very deep black swan. All right, then let's go to the Energy Oracle deck. You see, that's an interesting way to look at things too, because sometimes we look at our lives and we say, well, why did I come here? Why do I have to struggle through this? What did I do? What is my karma? Why is this going on? But that's an interesting message, that it's actually, it's probably one of the most effective ways that would have caused your soul to activate in this way, is to come in with something lost, knowing that you're going to look for it. So it's not necessarily to say that this is some sort of karma or, yeah, that's being corrected in this lifetime. This is how it's going to activate you to do what you're meant to do. Activated earth. You perhaps also too, with this energy, you almost cause an energetic activation to occur. So you're probably the type of person that when you walk into a space, the energy shifts. The energy immediately shifts. And so everyone who walks into that space after you is somehow being energetically and esoterically affected. It might bring things up out of them. DNA is a fascinating, fascinating thing. If it gets activated in different ways, it causes different ideas and memories and reactions to start occurring in living beings. I mean, if you think about the monarch butterfly, it has to have a DNA imprint on how to fly from North America to Mexico. It's never been a goddamn butterfly in its whole life. It started off as a caterpillar who knew nothing more than a life on this milkweed plant. Eating these plants, that's all I can do. And then it goes to this huge metamorphosed state, becomes a butterfly, and just knows which way it needs to fly. It trusts where it's being led to, because it's written in its DNA somehow. And I would imagine that this is an evolutionary process that probably took millions of years to be able to happen. And then once it did, it gave generations the ability to survive without information coming from the mouths. I mean, a lot of insects communicate with pheromones and whatnot, but oh, it's fascinating. Okay, so let's just go into here. Sorry, I was trying to listening if I needed to, I need one card for each of those. Knowledge, yin and yang. Oh, your knowledge about balance, your knowledge about, oh. Whoa, oh yeah, okay. What you know about masculine and feminine energy, also like something lost in one of these energies, this yin or yang. I think it's the yang. Something lost in the yang. Oh, hello. Oh my. Well then. There's a lot of cards in the upright. Oh, look at this. Okay, you have man holding a heart in the underline. Then you have the first chakra, love and passion, groundingness, a journey, a new exploration here, taking a chance, seeing where you're led, happy family. The definition of that too, I'm getting here with what could destroy that. Knowledge of the yin and the yang. What you were told was expected of men, what you were told is expected of women. You know, and to like if you you see yourself more as non-binary, well, how do you fit into this, right? So it's the knowledge that was kind of passed down to you in terms of your identity and how that should be exercised through the world. And then how these energies exercise with each other. Intermingle, co-create. And see, and then here, this is the fifth chakra. Speaking up, voicing yourself, being heard, perhaps stating something differently. Door to personal healing. And then you get, look at this, then you get all tied up in door to spirit. It feels like you go through a very massive transformation here. It's something that awakens your heart. It awakens your passion. It kind of feels a bit like it could be a kundalini with this man holding the heart and first chakra and journey. And then trustingness, happy family, fifth chakra, door to personal healing. You're almost speaking about what you feel inside yourself, but then you're blocked. It's like, I'm healed, I'm ready to go, I've got it all together, but there is a block here. Why? Oh God, these are mirroring 32 and 23. The block A is part of this trust where you are led. So the universe, spirit, is going to block you from something. You feel ready to go. You're more than prepared. You've done the healing. This isn't fake. This isn't, you know, it doesn't feel like you haven't done the work. There's been some sort of an epiphany moment for you. And it ends with finding your personal healing and happiness. Really understanding what that actually represents for you as opposed to things that you've been told to be or believe. And look, it mirrors. I want to say for everybody, all of the time, when there is a block, the door to spirit is about to open and show you how to get through. And you will not go through any other door but that one. Interesting. When I was showing you the cards at the beginning of the reading, the underline for the pre-shuffle of this energy oracle deck was adjacent possibilities with all those different doors. No, there's one door here and only one door. So let's put this all back. That was quite a mouthful. Oh, I put it in the wrong order. Okay, wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Cornucopia. So you may even been born into a situation where it didn't feel like you had a lot of abundance, a lot of resources around you to utilize, to grow, to flourish, to develop yourself. It might also be too, like you kind of feel like you're getting built up and then it gets knocked down or something always happens. There's a big build that needs to come in, or there's some sort of tower moment or slightly catastrophic event that happens in your life and it changes your financial position. It changes your course, because your course is meant for one thing. So your course, well, at some point, I mean, most of us, our courses will be often aligned with what we were told and what we're kind of being directed into doing, as opposed to kind of discovering it truly for ourselves. So coming off that course, where's my cornucopia? It's coming. You just have to wait. to wait. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything, anything online must go. The thinking man. Oh, I love this. Oh, there's that very paternal energy too, that yang energy. It's very reflective. Almost as if when you're not finding what it is that you always felt like you were supposed to find, it stops you and you kind of start thinking about things, and then you start looking at everything, and maybe something triggers you. This is the way he's looking at this crystal. Maybe something triggers you, like something energetically happens here. Whether it's a place you end up. I mean, it's like just touching something, like walking through a park that you've never been in and being fascinated by a massive tree and just touching it. Almost just to kind of feel the life force of it. It's almost like a download. Something occurs somehow to you on some sort of a download, an unexpected download. And then you do start questioning things. Like, why am I questioning? It's like an awakening moment. Activated earth, appreciation, trust where you're led. Power places, ley lines. I get the 9 of Pentacles with this card often for myself. And I am feeling that energy. Like, this is something that you find singularly on your own. So it might be a period of time in your life where you are more on your own, or you find yourself to be single, or you find yourself to be creating to your own sovereignty with the 9 of Pentacles. And maybe that's a point of abundance that you're meant to achieve. This is just so fascinating. What could destroy this? The yin and yang. The knowledge that you have about masculine and feminine. What your initial beliefs are that are based on things that you were taught. Particularly, it feels like coming from some sort of paternal energy that is not directly linked to your DNA paternal. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. It's what I'm getting. Some of you might want to even look into to see if there was an adoption that took place. Like outside of you, or even ask if any of you comfortable doing a DNA analysis and realizing it is not linking me with who I thought I was related to. There's something going on here. There's some sort of missing link. This is beautiful. Energy that will nurture it. Second chakra, finding where your soul has always meant to be. Finding the intimate places within you, and through some sort of romantic connection, perhaps. This feels really, this feels really soft. Oh, I love that. There was a boy in kindergarten class I was with yesterday, and they were, what were we listening to? Oh, I think the teacher had put on some music for them to kind of calm them down. And I was sitting with 2 young boys, and I was asking them, how does this music make you feel? And once I relaxed, and then the other boy, it was really unexpected because he tends to be very like boyish. And he said, it makes me feel soft. And he said it like in such a way that I could almost cuddle into it. And that's what this feels like. It just makes me feel soft. And I thought, oh, that's kind of, I like that. Oh, 2, okay. Even just what I said there, because he's a very masculine, boyish kind of boy. But just the way he said it and what he said kind of threw me for a loop. It wasn't what I expected, but it was beautiful. And I could see him softening into it. It makes me feel soft. So this yang energy, being able to feel soft. So perhaps always being told or thinking that as a masculine, or even if you're identified as feminine, how you utilize your masculine energy, it can be soft, and it can go into soft periods. It can have balance here. This could also be a romantic connection that touches you in places that you've never been touched before. Like that. It makes it more at an emotional level. But you are a very tactile Taurus. Oh my God, the star and the 10 of Cups. What a split. This is beautiful. with a death card. Death and rebirth and the star. Wow, really connecting to the cosmos. This is a long one. This is a long reading for you. Maybe I'll only get the one done today. Oh well, there's no rush. These are deep. Oh, I've also created a new playlist in my channel for these readings of the Black Swan. So if you want to go and find them all to a later date, kind of the way like I did for Lilith, the Dark Moon Lilith and all that stuff, there's and the Oakman, there is a playlist of that. So you can go into the playlist and you can find all these Black Swan readings. All right, Cornucopia, the moon. Oh, you can't find it no matter how hard you look. It feels like it wanes and waxes, it comes and goes. Yeah. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, the thinking man, the tower. Oh yeah, there you go. There's that catalyst of change. Activated earth, appreciation, the devil. Now that's interesting. Trust where you are led. The devil is in the details. However, what are the details? The devil is in the details, but what are the details? Because the details that we think we know and believe in may be different from fact. And what is fact? I want to say fact is something that comes from within that does not necessarily have to have any outward support. And I don't mean that in... Got an interesting discussion with a Virgo. Anyways, it wasn't going anywhere. This isn't denying things that go on culturally and societally in your world. This is understanding that there are things from within that have been lost. And in some ways, when a void is created, if information is lost, it's no longer there, something else comes in to replace it. So what is yours truly? It feels like you might be led down a road where your choices are limited. That's trust where you're led. Appreciation. It might be the least place you expect to find it. And it is the road. Oh my God, these are both number 15. Wow. It is the road to sovereignty. Because at this particular moment with this devil, this is one of those instances where it doesn't feel like he's asking something of you, like to take the bait and lose your sovereignty. This is one of those instances where it looks like to me he's handing over the strings to the puppet. And they're both number 15. Wow. When everything around you seems to feel like it's changed catastrophically, why? Because you're meant to build up from the beginning. Because where you built up in the first place was not based on your path, but it was not based on your real path because you're meant to go look for something. The Ace of Cups, how you understand love to be, how it should be shared or not shared. This is what could destroy it. Knowledge, yin yang, Ace of Cups. So having new beginnings with the same patterns. Having new beginnings based on the same patterns of love and expression of love, feelings of love, how that can be expressed. I am getting very strongly here for some of you. This could be people too that have always had a feeling of a different connection to their sexuality than what was allowed in the culture or the environment that they grew up in, and even your identity as well. But it also too just feels so much about what is expected of a man? What is the definition of a man? What is the definition of a woman? What is the expression of a woman? What will nurture this? The Seven of Swords, something that you haven't been able to find. Something that has been missing. The Strength card at the bottom, and that's it. Oh, I'm getting like goosebumpies at the end with that. The Seven of Swords. It's a love that you've never been able to find up to some point here. I really feel like you're going to find it. It's a very intimate space within you that no one has touched before, because no one has probably seen it before. Yeah. Oh, that's so fascinating, Taurus, and beautiful at the same time. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to look at the blind spot of your Black Swan, as well as just like full-on advice for you exiting that extended reading. Thank you so much, Bovine babies. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.